Hey guys, so I'm here today for yet another story time video. This one was inspired by my friend Sarah Rush's story that she did on her channel a couple days ago. It was about her crazy, weird, awful subway experience. If you guys want to go check out her video, it's hilarious and pretty interesting if I do say so myself. I'll link it in the description box below, so definitely go check out her channel. So I have two really crazy New York City subway experiences, and one of them was kind of my fault. Actually, they were both my fault, and they've kind of affected me in a very negative way. Now I don't take the subway. I think I have a little bit of PTSD after what happened to me. So let's start with the first thing that happened to me on the New York subway that was honestly very weird. I still can't explain it. Did I die? Maybe. So this was the first week at acting school, and while all of the other normal smart kids were busy getting ready for classes and trying to organize themselves, my number one goal was to party in New York City. My roommate, who was like a total goody two-shoes, refused to go out with me on this one night because she was too busy going over some like homework or something, and I'm like, girl, this is college. You're not supposed to do homework. You're supposed to get bombed. That's what college is about. It's not about learning things. The only thing I'm gonna be learning is how many shots of tequila I can take before I pass out. By the way, this is exactly an example of how not to be at college, especially your first week. My roommate felt bad about the fact that she couldn't go out partying with me, so she asked one of our classmates to go with me, and this woman was like 30 years old, and I'm pretty sure my roommate told her to keep an eye out on me. I think everyone was really concerned for my safety, which I kind of appreciate that she did that. So me and this girl that I barely knew took out on the town, and I actually ended up making plans at NYU with one of my friends who was studying there. Something that I noticed about NYU kids is that they really like to push the limits of the human liver. On this particular night, I was with my friend and a bunch of her roommates' friends, and we're all sitting around, and this guy whips out this giant golden bong, and this thing was about as big as me. I was terrified of this bong. Eventually, peer pressure got the best of me, and I started taking hits out of this massive, gigantic golden bong. I don't really know how much time went by, probably like a half an hour. It didn't even feel like real life. I felt like my vision was a film reel. It was a very uncomfortable feeling. I couldn't feel my body. I would try to walk, but I couldn't feel my legs, so I wasn't sure if I was walking, stumbling, or floating on a cloud. Rick is like, Mom, I'm so ashamed of you. I'm sorry that you have to hear this. Mommy used to be crazy back in the day, but she's much better now. Eventually, my friend and I ended up leaving the dorms, and I was so high that I had no idea what was going on, but at some point we stumbled across a Taco Bell and Pizza Hut. I was so in shock. I had no idea that a Pizza Hut and Taco Bell combination existed, and as soon as I saw it, the first thing that came to my mind was, am I in heaven? It's like this higher power knew exactly what I needed and then just placed it right in front of me. So we went inside Taco Bell and Pizza Hut, and the biggest challenge for me was figuring out, do I want tacos or do I want pizza? Or do I get both? And of course, I got both. After we finish eating our glorious meal, we end up at the subway, and we get onto the subway train, and it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and my high is just getting worse and worse by the minute. I'm literally holding onto the subway seat because I feel like if I let go, I'm gonna go floating into the air. And I'm sitting there, and I'm feeling so weird that I start to think, what if I'm dead right now? And then this subway is taking me to heaven. All of a sudden, I glance up and I see a man standing there holding onto one of the subway poles. And he is very, very tall, and he's wearing an emerald green leather suit with an emerald green hat with fur around it, and he's holding on to the subway pole, and he's swaying from side to side, and he's humming. And at that very moment in time, I thought he was my angel, and he was gonna help me cross over to the other side. I really believed this. So that was my first weird subway experience. But the final subway experience that I had before I made the choice to give up riding the subway forever happened on a night that I was with one of my girlfriends. We went to a bar, we got really intoxicated, and she drank so much that she was extremely sick. So we're taking the subway, we're underground, and we're waiting for the subway to come when she looks at me and she gives me that look that all you girls know. It's when your girlfriend says, "Girl, I'm about to puke, hold my hair." I'm like, oh my god, where are you supposed to puke? There's the ground, there's the subway rails, there's like a half overflowing garbage over there. My girlfriend just like turns to the wall and just starts vomiting everywhere. And as soon as she finishes vomiting, we notice something out of the corner of our eyes that is probably the most terrifying, horrific thing I have ever witnessed. Behind one of the dumpsters comes a rat, and it is running towards us. A moment later, a second rat, then a third one, then a fourth one. I'm not sure how many rats were running towards us, but it looked like an army of rats. My first thought was, oh my god, cannibalistic rats, they're coming to eat our brains. But no, turns out all they really wanted was my girlfriend's vomit. So here we are, drunk, standing there with my girlfriend's pile of vomit next to us and an army of rats coming to reclaim their territory. I didn't know whether to run or to just stand there and watch it all happen. My friend and I just started running as fast as we could away from the vomit and away from the rats, and we ended up actually not even taking the subway. We ran back up to street level and we took a cab home. We didn't care how much it was gonna cost us. And after that, I did not really take the subway anymore. So those are my two really messed up New York City subway experiences. Hope you guys enjoyed the story time video. Make sure to like this video if you love Frank and if you want to see more of him in my videos, and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!